All right, football fans, it's football season. We've got the NFL moving into week 3. We've got college football moving into week 4. This is actually not going to be about that all that much. It's going to be a 5 facts video about the Iowa-Iowa State rivalry. Not just about football, but about the rivalry as a whole. The first fact we're going to talk about is the overall record as a whole. We've got 3 major sports. We've got basketball, wrestling, and football. The basketball record is 41-20. It's not a close rivalry. Last year, Iowa State won, but it's still only 41-20. The next is we've got wrestling. Wrestling is arguably the biggest sport in Iowa in high school, so it's a very important sport to fans as a whole for both schools. The overall record is 55-16. It's not close. Iowa State has only beaten Iowa in wrestling 16 times. The final sport, and probably the most important, is football. The overall record between these two schools is 37-19. Iowa has won almost double what Iowa State has won. Just 3 days ago, Iowa beat Iowa State in our annual battle for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. Biggest play in the game is this punt return by Andy Brodell. All right, here we go. Iowa State punting from their 33-yard line. It should be noted that number 11, one of the wingers for the Iowa State punt team, earlier in the game was flagged for an illegal hit on Andy Brodell on a punt return. He laid Andy Brodell out way before he caught the ball, thus earning himself a 15-yard penalty. And here we go. Andy Brodell is going to catch this punt here at about the 18-yard line. Makes the first guy miss here at the 20. Runs up the middle of the field and gives a stiff arm to the guy who lays him out earlier in the game. Down the sideline. Not going to get caught. Look at him pull away from the defenders here. Iowa State claims to have a fast team. They are incorrect. That is a touchdown, Iowa. Fact 2 is going to be about football. How many All-Americans does Iowa State have versus how many All-Americans does Iowa have? Iowa State, 32. Iowa, 60. Not to mention 21 of those 60 were consensus All-Americans, which means they were the best player at their position that year, hands down. Fact 3. I stated earlier that Iowa has a clear edge on the football field in the record between the two schools. Maybe Iowa just gets really up for that game and loses the rest of the games the remainder of the season, and Iowa State has a great team every year, but sometimes they lose to Iowa. No, that's not true at all. If we look at the records overall, Iowa State has 476 total victories and 556 total losses, whereas Iowa has 559 wins and 505 losses. We're 54 games above 500, whereas they're 80 below. It's not even close. Fact 4. Let's talk about wrestling. Iowa State likes to think they're a great wrestling school. Well, the fact is, they're still a little brother in this, too. They like to say, oh, we've won all of these national championships. They've won 9. Let's put that into perspective. Iowa just won their 21st last year. That's right. Iowa has more than twice as many national championships in wrestling as Iowa State does. Not to mention, Iowa has 74 all-time individual national champions. I'm not sure how many Iowa State does have. I could not find that number, but you know what? I'm willing to guarantee you right now, it's not 74. Alright, for fact 5, we're going to move back to football. I know, there's a lot of football in the video. You know what? I don't care. We're going to talk about the 2 most important things in football. National championships and Heisman Trophy winners. Both of which Iowa State cannot claim they had. 1958, the Iowa Hawkeyes won a national championship. In 1939, Niall Kinnick won the Heisman Trophy. That's also not to include the 4 people from the University of Iowa who finished second place in Heisman balloting, the most recent in 2002 being Brad Banks. Alright, so that's my 5 facts video about the Iowa-Iowa State rivalry. I really hope you enjoyed it, because if you didn't, it probably means you're a Cyclone fan. And guess what? I don't care. You don't like it? Go back to Ames, watch another Cyclone loss in Jack Trice Stadium, and don't watch the video.
Yeah, here we go for the 100th time. Hand grenade pins in every line. Throw them up and let something shine. Going out of my fucking mind. Filthy mouth, no excuse. Find a new place to hang this noose. String me up from atop these roofs. Knot it tight so I won't get loose. Truth is you can stop and stare. Run myself out and no one cares. Dug the trench out, lay down there with a shovel up out of reach somewhere. Yeah, someone pour it in. Make it a dirt dance floor again. Saying prayers and stop it out when they bring that chorus in.
I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed